OBF TV, the future is here.
Whoa, my people be free and love. I take control of the life of God. And be held down by no evil force. Alright, look. False rulers of the earth that war for power and domain. And the cause of believing gets so high the poor and needy can't sustain. With righteousness exalt, harmony flow to every heart. With love and blessings flowing through Amsterdam. You're the part of the core right here. The world is yours. And take control of your life up. Let's be held down. Now you're not known. Now this is the king of the world. And take control. How you feeling?
Now, to come back at the rising of pressure. In 2000, you released your first album.
Yes.
What was the album like?
The album was definitely a classic album. You know what I mean?
And what was the response of the, like your friends, family, and
Everybody.
the rise?
The album basically made me a superstar in my hometown. Because every song from before, I was performing with this group called Starline Family.
Yep.
It was 7 of us and we were all like brothers. We would eat, you know what I mean, together. We would pray together, you know what I mean, write songs together, perform on stage together, you know what I mean. But I always wanted to do my own thing. You see me? I always wanted to do pressure.
How did you come about the name actually, Pressure?
Well, I was going through a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? Facing a lot of pressure because like when I came back from America from my uncle, I was still in 12th grade. I came back to the Virgin Islands to finish school. And at that time I was still Delano. And that was when me and the group just linked up, Starline Family. And I was going through a lot because my mom and dad just broke up. And, you know the
whole
structure,
cycle.
yeah. Not only that, but I had to I end up living by myself. My godfather had passed away and left land and a house for us. You know what I mean? And my mom was like, alright, I'll live over here and you could stay over here and just, you know what I mean? Learn to be, you know what I mean, a man. And I was still going to school, so I had to manage paying bills, go to school, you know what I mean, work a job, and still find time for my music, which was most important to me. You know what I mean?
So if I might say this, if you have a goal, if you have an aim, and the dream, of course, you can make it because
Definitely.
through all the things that you went through,
Yeah, man.
from a young youth until a teenage year, you've managed to deal with a lot of pressure, a lot of ups, and a lot of downs, and that made you actually a man.
Definitely.
And that also inspires you to, like, hey, I want to do some music,
Yeah.
and some real music.
So I took all of that anger and frustration, not really anger, but all of that was going on in my mind that I had to face every day and put it into my music. You know what I mean? So my music was like reflecting the life of a struggler, the life of somebody that's feeling, you know what I mean? Because I grew up in a ghetto, you know what I mean? Even though that we were never poor, but I grew up in a ghetto, and ghetto is where people and where the minds of people has not elevated to a certain level.
I can see
You know
what
what I
you're
mean?
going, yeah.
Because when you come to where I grew up, it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like what you might perceive to be a ghetto, because it get maintenance every week.
Yeah.
It get the buildings get painted like every 6 months. So it looks
Then I know exactly what
nice.
you're talking about.
You understand?
Yeah.
But it's the mind of the people. You know what I mean? The lack of jobs, the lack of this and the lack of that. Because in the ghetto, people might have it nice, but you never know. They might be living off of welfare, food stamp, all these things, government. That, you know what I mean, to keep people alive. You see me? So the things that I've been through and what I've seen, and the people that have passed through my ghetto, that could have been a big distraction to me. it turned around and been a big help to me to become very successful.
Okay, good.
You know what I mean? Because there was some of the biggest drug dealers came from the Virgin Islands. You understand? And they came from in the same project that I came from.
And you still managed to, you know, to focus on your goal.
Yes, and killings I've witnessed enough things in the ghetto. Let me leave it like that.
Exactly.
So, being that all those things that I've witnessed, I put it into the music, and you understand, and try to make it positive so that people can more relate to where I'm coming from, and still know that it doesn't stop there. You know what I mean?
Goes much further, yeah.